March 18, 2024. A 42-year-old man jumps from the 23rd floor of a luxury Miami hotel. His name, Konstantin Koltsov. His connection, ex-boyfriend of tennis world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka. April 2024. Just weeks later, Sabalenka is spotted in the arms of a new man at the Madrid Open. His name, Georgios Frangulis. His net worth, $100 million. His previous relationship status, married. June 15, 2025. After losing the French Open final and making controversial comments, Sabalenka jets off to Mykonos with her multimillionaire boyfriend for tequila, gummy bears, and swimming. Today, we're examining the fastest rebound in sports history and the luxury escape that has tennis fans questioning everything. All analysis is based on public statements, social media posts, and official press conferences.
What we're witnessing isn't just a rebound relationship, it's a masterclass in image rehabilitation through wealth and status. The speed of this transition raises serious questions about emotional processing and public perception management. When someone moves from tragedy to luxury vacation planning in just over a year, we need to examine what that says about their priorities. This is our analysis of public behavior patterns based on documented statements and social media activity.
The optics are devastating. While tennis fans were sending condolences and support after Koltsov's apparent suicide, Sabalenka was already being courted by one of her own sponsors. This isn't just about moving on quickly. It's about the intersection of tragedy, business, and personal relationships in professional sports.
Today we're breaking down how a tragedy became a luxury lifestyle upgrade, how someone goes from posting, "My heart is broken," to sharing loved-up photos in Mykonos just 15 months later, and why Sabalenka's tequila and gummy bears vacation represents everything wrong with athlete privilege and emotional tone deafness in 2025. Let's start with the timeline that has the tennis world questioning everything they thought they knew about Aryna Sabalenka. March 18, 2024, 12:39 a.m. Miami-Dade police respond to the St. Regis Bal Harbor Resort. A man has jumped from a balcony on the 23rd floor. That man is Konstantin Koltsov, 42-year-old former NHL player and Sabalenka's ex-boyfriend.
The fact that they had broken up before his death actually makes this more complex, not less. Sabalenka's statement that her heart was broken despite them no longer being together suggests unresolved emotional complexity. What happened next defies normal grief processing patterns.
Here's where the story takes a turn that shocked even seasoned tennis insiders. April 2024, just weeks after Koltsov's death, Sabalenka appears at the Madrid Open with a new man in her player's box. Not just any man. Georgios Frangulis, Greek-Brazilian entrepreneur, founder of Oakberry with over 700 locations globally and worth an estimated $100 million. But here's the kicker, he was already her sponsor.
But here's the part that makes this even more problematic. Frangulis wasn't some random billionaire she met at a charity gala. Oakberry had already announced their sponsorship deal with Sabalenka earlier in 2024. So while everyone thought she was grieving, she was apparently developing a personal relationship with one of her business partners.
The plot thickens. Social media users quickly discovered something interesting about Georgios Frangulis. He was married. Screenshots emerged showing him deleting photos with his wife as rumors of his relationship with Sabalenka began circulating. Even more damaging were alleged messages from his wife confirming the affair. These are unverified social media claims, but they add context to the public timeline.
I am married to Georgios, but I will ask for a divorce. They've been having an affair since California.
What we're seeing appears to be a pattern of behavior that prioritizes image management over emotional authenticity. The speed of this progression, from tragedy to new relationship to alleged marriage complications, suggests someone who may use relationships as emotional band-aids rather than processing difficult feelings. This is our interpretation of the publicly available timeline.
Fast forward to June 7, 2025. Sabalenka loses the French Open final to Coco Gauff in what she calls the worst performance of her career. Her response: not introspection, not acknowledging her opponent's skill, but planning an immediate escape to Mykonos with her multimillionaire boyfriend for tequila, gummy bears, and swimming. By June 15th, they're posting loved-up photos from a luxury Greek villa.
I already have a flight booked to Mykonos and alcohol, sugar. I just need a couple of days to completely forget about this crazy world and this crazy thing that happened today. Tequila, gummy bears, and swimming, being like a tourist for a couple of days.
The optics couldn't be worse. Here's someone who's earned over $30 million in prize money, just signed multiple sponsorship deals worth millions more. and her response to professional disappointment is to jet off to one of the world's most expensive destinations with her billionaire boyfriend. Meanwhile, most people can't afford a weekend getaway.
But let's dig deeper into who Georgios Frangulis really is, because this isn't just about dating a rich guy, it's about the kind of wealth and lifestyle that Sabalenka has seamlessly transitioned into. Frangulis built Oakberry from nothing into a global empire with over 700 locations across 40 countries. His personal net worth estimates range from $75 million to $100 million.
What's particularly concerning from a psychological perspective is how this relationship appears to function as emotional escapism rather than genuine partnership. When faced with professional setbacks or personal tragedy, the pattern we observe seems to be finding external solutions, new relationships, luxury vacations, material comfort, rather than internal emotional work. This is our professional analysis of publicly observable behavior.
The Instagram posts from their Mykonos vacation tell their own story. Luxury villa overlooking the Mediterranean, designer outfits, expensive wine, poolside lounging, her caption, recharging. Much needed, this from someone who just lost a Grand Slam final and apparently needs to completely forget about this crazy world. By June 15, 2025, they're sharing loved-up photos while the tennis world watches in disbelief.
Compare this to how other champions handled defeat. When Federer lost finals, he talked about learning and improving. When Serena faced setbacks, she used them as motivation. Sabalenka's response is literally to book a flight to Mykonos and drink tequila. It shows a fundamental difference in character and professionalism.
But here's what makes this story even more problematic: the timing. Sabalenka later admitted that after Koltsov's death, she should have taken a break from tennis because health-wise, I was struggling a lot. Yet somehow, she had the emotional bandwidth to develop a new relationship with a married sponsor within weeks.
Looking back, I definitely think that I should have just stopped and just separated myself from tennis, just have a little break, recharge, and start things over again. Health-wise, I was struggling a lot.
This contradiction reveals the real issue. She acknowledges she was struggling and needed a break for her mental health, but instead of taking that break, she immediately threw herself into a new relationship with a wealthy sponsor. That's not healing, that's avoidance with a luxury price tag.
The tennis community's response has been notably quiet, which speaks volumes. When someone moves from personal tragedy to affair rumors to luxury vacations this quickly, the silence from fellow players and tennis officials suggests they're uncomfortable but unwilling to publicly criticize the world number one.
The tennis establishment protects its stars, especially one as marketable as Sabalenka. But this situation tests those boundaries. How do you maintain the image of tennis as a sport of class and dignity when your world number one is behaving like a reality TV star with an unlimited credit card?
Let's talk about what this Mykonos vacation really represents. This isn't just about someone taking a holiday after a tough loss. This is about someone whose response to every difficult emotion, grief, disappointment, pressure, is to buy her way out of feeling it. Tequila and gummy bears aren't coping mechanisms, they're avoidance strategies.
What's most troubling from an educational standpoint is the potential message this sends to young athletes and fans. That emotional pain can be solved with enough money and the right relationship. That processing grief and disappointment is unnecessary if you can afford to escape to a Greek island with a wealthy boyfriend. This represents our concern about the broader implications of such public behavior patterns.
The $100 million question, literally, is whether Sabalenka's rapid progression from tragedy to luxury vacation represents personal healing or just really expensive emotional avoidance. The timeline suggests the latter. 90 days from apparent suicide to Mykonos isn't recovery, it's replacement therapy with a platinum credit card.
This story matters because it reveals how wealth and privilege can insulate people from the normal human experience of processing difficult emotions. Most people can't replace grief with a new relationship and disappointment with a luxury vacation. But when you can, the question becomes, should you?
The behavioral pattern we observe is clear. Tragedy leads to wealthy rebound, professional disappointment leads to luxury escape. Based on the public timeline, it appears emotional avoidance has been turned into an art form, with each coping mechanism more expensive than the last. The tequila and gummy bears represent just the latest installment in what seems to be a very costly series of band-aids.
From apparent suicide to sponsorship to Mykonos in 15 months. Dr. Mitchell, Marcus, thank you for helping us examine what happens when unlimited resources meet unlimited emotional avoidance. Sabalenka's much-needed recharging vacation isn't just tone-deaf. It's a masterclass in how money can buy you out of every uncomfortable feeling, but it can't buy you genuine emotional growth or class. This episode was brought to you by Unstruct AI, where we explore the human cost of privilege without accountability. Today, we've analyzed public statements and social media posts to examine how someone can transform personal tragedy into business opportunity and professional disappointment into luxury vacation planning. When Sabalenka said she needed tequila, gummy bears, and swimming to forget her crazy world, in her own words from official press conferences, she revealed more than just her vacation plans. Based on our analysis of public behavior, she showed us someone for whom every emotional challenge has a price tag, and every difficult feeling has an escape route to a Greek island. The question isn't whether she can afford to avoid her problems. Clearly she can. The question is what kind of person that makes her, and what kind of example that sets for young athletes worldwide. Sometimes the most expensive therapy is the kind that doesn't actually heal anything. It just changes the location where you refuse to deal with your issues. Mykonos may have better scenery than Miami, but running away is still running away, even when you do it on a private jet with a multi-millionaire boyfriend posting loved-up photos for the world to see.